Good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to Women Economic Forum 2016. Our next session regarding conscious parenting, what every parent should know. So we have three beautiful ladies. One of them is lead speaker Kate and all. Second one is Julia Page and Jasmine Kumar. So I will hand over our lead speaker. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that you all managed to come in. There are a lot of sessions going on, so it's very difficult for people to be, so many to be in one room. So, but I do hope that very soon we'll have more people to come in here. My name is Kate Anoloe. I'm one of 7 in the children, eldest of the 7. I'm 5 boys and obviously 2 girls. And one thing that there's always in my heart is that my father, the friends told them, for 5 boys, you mustn't train the girls. You know, the 5 boys you've got to train. So my father, who's passed late now, but I must never forget to mention him all the time, says to his friend, well, I will teach her, I will train her. Because if I train her and she, has got a good education, when she gets married, even if the husband doesn't want her to go to school and to work, she will be able to teach her children and do homework with the children. Hence, I went to school and won't be tired it. If I didn't go to school, it would have been even worse for my children because I got married. All 30 years into my marriage, I lost my husband. And I was left with 4 children to bring up myself. And it's been very, 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 very hard. But yesterday, I came across a wonderful woman who have gone through the same with me, and I couldn't wait for her to come downstairs from the podium to share my tears with her. And she's here, and I'm again filled up with tears. So you please pardon me. I'm hoping that I continue to say the things I want to say. Getting a start in life is not a privilege, but everybody's right, every child's right to get a good start in life. And that is what parents are meant to do. And we mustn't forget that. But at times, it gets a little bit difficult because parents are so eager. I want my child to be this, I want my child to be that. And we forget that the child is a human being made of his own wholeness, made to be an individual, made to have his or her own destiny. And we seem to go overboard. And we seem to cocoon our children. I'm saying that because I'm one of them. I was brought up by unconscious parents. Not because they want it that way, but because they want me to be this. For example, my father wanted me to be a nurse. And as far as I'm concerned, my father is doing the right thing for me. But it's amazing that as I grew up, I went into nursing, but something continued to push me and say, you're not a nurse. Yes, you've got that vocation, but there is something else. Hence, I went and I studied law, because that's what is in me. But would you believe it, that as I studied law, it wasn't fulfilling for me. I had to want my child to study law. That means that something that I didn't achieve in my life, I've actually pushed it onto my child. And I wondered if that is correct. If we say that a child is an individual, has his or her own calling, who has got the right to say to a child, this is your vision? Is it my vision or a child's vision or the world vision? So this is a question that I want every individual to ask yourself within your mind. Is it my vision or is it my child's vision? Sometimes we wonder, sometimes our children disagree with us. Why do they disagree with us? Does it mean because they don't understand what mommy and daddy wants to say to them or want them to be? I don't think so. They disagree with us because that is not their calling. They can't feel, you want me to be a nurse, but inside me I can't feel that. You want me to be a lawyer, inside me I can't feel that. There is something else I can feel. This is where a parent and a child have a gap. Because then we said, oh, that child is very stubborn. Or that child wouldn't listen to me. But what we forget is that child has got his own calling or her own calling. And you wonder why a child decides to move out from the house. I had enough. I'm moving out. It's because we're not listening. We're not listening. We have our own egos. Maybe we're from a rich family and you want your child, obviously, you want your child to be maybe an MP, that's member of the parliament, because you're coming from that hierarchy family. But your child wants to be an artist, or even want to be a bus driver. And you feel disappointed that coming from such a wonderful family hierarchy, and your child wants to be a bus driver, and your child wants to be a train driver, or wants to be a chef, you feel disappointed in your child. What does your child do next? The child moves out of the house. Or you have a fight, and then you call your child a very stubborn child. Maybe you've sent him to a private school, and you think, oh well, he didn't even care about all the money that I spent in the school. I've got a friend who sent the son to a private school. He finished studying. The girls went to an ordinary school. One day, the son came out and said to the father, "Why did you send me to private school?" The father said, "Well, you're my only son, and I wanted you to have a better education and so on and so on." And he said, "Well, what about my sisters? Did you send them to private school?" "Did I ask you?" In fact, the son said, "Did I ask you to send me to private school?" What do you do? What answer would you give to a child who come up to you and you feel you've spent so much money because you want this child to be like you? We can never have our children to be like us. Never ever be like us. If you don't give that allowance, that a child is an individual, a child has got his own calling, a child has got his own destiny. In my language, it says that a child's destiny is written on the palm of their hand. And no matter how much 100 and million times you wash that hand, you can never wash off that destiny. And that means if you want that child to be a pharmacist and is meant to be a lawyer that child would be. When you go back, I go back to myself. My 4 children, because I wanted to be a lawyer and I didn't get an opportunity, and then I'm pushing that into my children. My first daughter, I said, "You must study law." That's what I said to her, "You must study law." Whatever she does in the school and come back, I said, "What about that law? Did you put it in A level?" And what did she do? She put the law in A level. She did that A level. But what did she do with it? By the time she grew a little bit, she put it behind. And you know what it has caused between myself and her is a far distance, even till now. Because I have really brought my own, I kind of pushed myself, all my energy onto her to do what I wanted to do and I couldn't do it. And now I want it to go through her. That is not right. It is not right. And what I've done is, unfortunately, I haven't got a good relationship with my eldest daughter. And that is the reason why. But I soon realized that with regards to other children, my youngest daughter, it's amazing. You will not believe the type of relationship I have with her. And because I listen to her, I discuss with her, I give her the opportunity to tell me, who did she meet today? What did you do in school? And I kind of a listening ear. I kind of bring her together in conversations, in the things that I want to do, in the things that she wants to do. And she's as open as anything. I cannot say to you that there is even as far as boyfriends, she never hid anything from me. And with that, my relationship with her is totally 200% different from my eldest. Everything I call her and I say, oh, this is what I'm doing. Oh, mommy, not that way. Do it this way. We still got boundaries. There is still that discipline coming from mother and child. So we've got a good relationship of mother and child, mother and mother, mother and sister, mother and friend. This is what I am with that child. While my eldest one, because of the way I wanted to bring her up, that is unconscious parenting. This is what it does. Unconscious parenting tears you away from the relationship, a good relationship you should have with your child. While the conscious one, because you're conscious of what you're doing, you're conscious of making sure that as she comes back from school, hi, Delia, how was school today? Oh, mom is fine. What did you do in class? Did you speak to the teacher? How about your friends? Who are your friends? All those things make a lot of difference to a child. It shows the child that you care about her or him, and that you actually want to know what that child is doing in class. So it helps them to develop emotionally and maturely. So what you've done is you empowered your child to become emotionally and naturally matured. Thank you very much.
So conscious parenting to me starts before birth. It starts before you're even pregnant. There's so many options and things that go into having a baby. So my background is I've been a birth doula for 10 years. Do you guys know what a birth doula is? Okay, good. There's a few of you in here. Basically, my job is to work with couples or single moms or however that looks. And I walk with them through this process of exploring how unconscious maybe they are of these options that they have ahead of them. I think we go through pregnancy and birth and we hand over our power to the people that we believe know better than us. However, we are unaware that there is, consent as well as refusal for everything, and that we must be completely informed of all of our options and make the decisions that best reflect what our values are. I like to tell parents all the time that no matter what you do, it's risky. So whatever you end up choosing, someone's going to disagree with you, someone is going to say that this is wrong, or they're going to say that this is right, and so as a parent, you have a unique opportunity, especially when pregnant, and I'm attracted specifically to working with pregnant women because when you become pregnant, your field becomes very open energetically. You become so aware of your world around you, you open up to questions, you start to question maybe your habits, your eating habits change, you start to think about the world in a bigger way because now it is bigger than just you. Now it's about this child as well. And so we have a unique opportunity when women are pregnant to kind of get in there and say, maybe let's open up this conversation a little bit and hand you the power. And I find that when women are able to make these conscious decisions in their pregnancies, and then they are reflected in their births, they step into a very unique power.